Clarey Podcast, starring Aaron Clarey and Ronald Reagan. Special guest stars Thomas Sowell and Milton Friedman. Tonight's episode, Renegade Economist.
And welcome to another episode of the Clarey Podcast. Yes, I have been away. I already caught flack and guff and shit from several of my followers, which I appreciate, don't get me wrong. And they're like, what the fuck, where's there today? Yeah, I've been busy, guys. Been busy. Drove a car down to Florida in the middle of the worst fucking weather the United States have ever seen in at least 20 years. Finally make it down to Florida. Then I got sick. And then, you know what? They say when you travel and you're enjoying life and everything like that. Why is this so loud? Oh, it's the damn TV. But, yeah, after traveling and vacationing, that doesn't, rejuvenate you. Unless you sit on the beach and do absolutely jack shit. Driving 3 days through snowstorms and ice patches. And then, gallivanting all around, smoking cigars and enjoying life. That doesn't relax. That doesn't calm you down. That doesn't, refill your batteries, recharge your batteries. It doesn't. And then by the time you get back, and then all of a sudden, boom, hey, I gotta go back to Vegas. I quit, first world problems. Everyone, oh, you have to go back to Vegas? Yeah, I did have to go to Vegas, and I had to speak, sit on a panel, and sit in an economics seminar while it's beautiful outside, and we're inside this convention area. And you want to go outside, and you want to enjoy the fresh air. And, it doesn't, you don't recharge. No, there's no recharging. It's always go, 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 go. And that's why the podcast has not been done. Because the last podcast I did was on the road in between Atlanta and Gainesville, Florida. And it was crap. I mean, the words or the intelligence wasn't crap, but the quality is crap. And I have not had the time to put together a quality podcast here. This is the first time in about 3 weeks I've been able to actually sit down, not deal with any other kind of bullshit, have the free time to put together a quality podcast in front of my desktop computer, which has the computing capacity and the recording devices to put together a quality podcast. And even now, I'm going to dog fuck my listeners. Because I'm bombed. I'm not bombed, but I'm definitely tipsy. Because I've had it. What's a man supposed to do? Work. There's the irony. Everybody well, not everybody. I know you guys don't. I'm not criticizing you. But there are some outside observers where they're introduced to me and they say, well, what do you do? And what the hell am I supposed to tell them? I'm a blogger, author, guy who yells at the internet, whatever. Whatever I tell them, my job isn't a real job. And so they automatically assume, oh, you do nothing. You just sit on your ass all day. I mean, look at Tom Likas. You guys all think like him and Dino and Gary, they don't do nothing. It's just, oh, how fun is it to show up? It's great fun. That doesn't mean it doesn't take a lot of work. I mean, look at Olympians or any kind of professional athlete. You think, oh, wow, how awesome would it be to play professional baseball? Well, a hell of a lot of fun to play professional baseball. That doesn't mean it don't take no effort. So, after a while, here I am, you got to record, you got to do this, you got to write, you got to blog, and update the website. The new renovation of Cappy Cap, I think some of you have seen that, captacapitalism.blogspot.com, for all my listeners who didn't know that I have a blog. That renovation took at least 6 hours, and not like kind of modern day corporate America. Well, have coffee and tea. What's the exchange rate between male hours and female hours working over at corporate America? Like, does 1 male hour equal about 2 hours of female work? Because, men don't sit by the water cooler and discuss and chit-chat and gossip like they get their fucking shit done. And then women all talk about... I remember one time I was working at a credit union, and these girls were all talking about points. And I foolishly assumed it was going to be something on par with the validity and sincerity or seriousness of points from Band of Brothers, and all it was a bunch of fat, ugly sows talking about their points. Have the tracker points on Jenny Craig, and that's what they were doing. All 5 of them. And you multiply that by 5 times the time they were talking about points, and how much fucking wasted labor were they paid for and compensated for. And I've never seen men talk about points. Never did. Want to know why, ladies? Because men just work harder than you. We're more serious than you. Oh, I know. It's so not politically correct, but politically incorrect means truthful. And you do. You girls have a huge fucking deficit to come over. I'm sorry, I'm 40 years old. I'm not going to say, well, maybe I just don't see the underwear. I've known women that kick ass. I've known women that take names. I know women that carry their water. They're just not the majority. The majority of you are all about reading fucking People magazine, discussing your fucking gossip, talking fucking worthless bullshit, and not getting your fucking work done. It's true. And it's verified amongst all the men that have to sit there and listen to while they're slaving away doing all that heavy lifting called math. I know you don't like the maths. The maths are hard. Computer network. IT guy, there. One IT guy is worth what? 20, 30 women in the workforce? I'm a call representative. I take calls. I'm a marketing specialist. Not one of it. Why do they call it the IT guy? You ever hear it called the IT gal? Oh, that's right, because all you broads can't do fucking math, let alone understand the idea of like subnetting or IP networking. Anytime. Actually, I'm not going to take that back because it's a true statement, but when I was in networking school, computer networking school, the book was written by a woman, and it was very well written. I just kind of dreamed that the girl who wrote the book was like totally hot, which she probably isn't. But that one exception aside, no, not everybody, but I think there were like 3 girls that were in the computer networking class, and all the 3 women were very good. They definitely knew their shit. There was this Indian gal, Native American, not East Indian. She was like definitely number 1 or number 2 in the class. She was sincere. She didn't let her, well, I'm a disgrace, discriminate. She wasn't the standard fucking woe is me, whiny bitch pussy that, populates most American victimization classes today. She knew her shit, and I hope today, this is like 4 or 5 years ago, I hope she's doing real well. She has to be. She has to be. She was that talented. She was that gifted. But she carried her weight. For the rest of you, no, sorry. One IT guy is worth about 50 marketing analyst. What kind of euphemistic names do you give you women in the workplace? I don't know. Doesn't matter. So, like I said, I'm pretty tipsy here today, and I'm doing this out of guilt. Somebody lectured me over interwebs, and I know. I've been late on the podcast. Don't get me wrong. I understand this. I've been just busy. That's all. I'm just giving you my reason. Everyone says, that's an excuse. Baby boomers always like, that's an excuse. Like an excuse is a bad thing? No, that's the fucking excuse. That's the real reason I couldn't accomplish X, Y, or Z or whatever it is that you wanted to. I mean, I almost got the impression growing up under the tutelage of that wise baby boomer generation that that's an excuse was somehow illegitimate. I was sick, throwing my guts up. Not the fake sick that you do just to get out of school, but like you're really vomitously sick. Is vomitously a word? I think it is. That's an excuse. I don't want to hear excuses. Okay, I'm fucking died. I don't want to hear what are you going to yell at the corpse? You 60-plus-year-old people, yell at the corpse? I don't want to hear excuses. Excuses are reasons. Although I can understand, given the general degradation of society and the generations, where an excuse would be deemed as fake, illegitimate, insincere, and was really a lie. I think that tainted the word excuse and immediately attached to it the definition of lie, which is just not the case. Sometimes there is a legitimate excuse. Why couldn't you do that? I don't know. You didn't fucking train me. You didn't explain jack shit. You just had me come here after I finished off with human resources. You said I had the job offer and there was the one day introduce everybody to you, and here's our new analyst. She's our new call representative. Any training? No, fuck no training. Oh, you couldn't perform? Don't give us your excuses. Steep learning curve. Oh, I can't wait. I just want to... Could I put together like a... This is going to so off color, but nothing else to come. Like a Hitler Youth, but we'll call it Clarey Youth. Yes, I'm comparing myself to Hitler, but flow with me on this one. Like a Clarey Youth where we just like go to the nursing homes and we bash the kneecaps in of all the baby art boomers. Don't send me the thing. All the art boomers that come in and they just say, steep learning curve. You can't walk. It's because you don't give me your excuses. What, we bashed your knees and don't give me your excuses. Oh, not to revisit, but you boomers really have no idea how screwed yourselves over. You have no loyalty from the younger generations, none. You, with your lies and your bullshit and just how you've completely dog-fucked the younger generations. I'm not even talking financially, I'm just talking in terms of guidance. It's going to be great to see you in the nursing homes. The least of your concerns is going to be, why isn't anybody visiting? Wait till they start waking up and start voting to cut Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid. So. Oh, what do we got here? Disregarding reality. Oh, that's on my list. Disregarding reality. All right, let me. I'm not gonna bother looking it up because I'm too tired. I'm too drunk. Too lazy. I put together a YouTube video. I had a request. Young man sent in a request, I think from East India. And I decided to go with it. And it was a legitimate request. It was a great request. He says, can you explain to the younger generations, my generations, why we can't have jobs? And it was a great question, and that's why I did a YouTube video on it. So I did the YouTube video on it, and I went through like 5 or 6 genuine, legitimate, real-world reasons why younger kids don't have jobs. And these reasons included everything from like, okay, you've taxed the shit out of people, you're running deficits, no one believes it, you have a general anti-business, anti-capitalist, anti-freedom, anti-liberty mentality. You voted in Barack Obama, who is just, he's a socialist, and he hates productive enterprise and excellence and profit. You have the highest tax rate in the known world. I just found out that Japan lowered theirs, so the United States has the highest stated tax rate in the world. And I basically pointed out very legitimate, not legitimate, it goes beyond that, real factual reasons why there are no jobs, why there's no economic growth. So I get a comment from one of the regular viewers of the YouTubes, and he says, I've posted this in 3 different social media websites. And he says that the response has been nothing but vitriol and hatred from the young kids who are the ones without the jobs. And it got me, it gnawed at me. It pissed me the fuck off is what it did. Because here's a legitimate kid out in India, or maybe he's of Indian descent. I don't know where he is. I mean, maybe he's here in the United States. He can't find jobs. Whatever. He asks a legitimate, intellectually honest question. I provide an intellectually honest, legitimate answer. And I'm sure my readers, I'm sure most of us who tune into the Clarey Podcast here understand, and you appreciate my opinion. It's not opinion, it's fact, but, and you kind of, oh yeah, that makes sense, because we all have intellectual honesty or temerity, or, we just really want to know the truth. But what pissed me off is how he sent it on, Reddit, Facebook, whatever, and he got a negative, vitriolic, hate-filled response. And what it reminds me is that, this isn't a niche world here, kids. This is a niche world. Many of you have searched either the manosphere, the econosphere, the alt-right sphere, or whatever. You're looking for something that actually explains it. You're not looking for an excuse. You're looking for truth. You're looking for reality. But what you forget is that, we get in an echo chamber here where it's nice. It's refreshing. It's great to hear sanity. It's great to hear reality. It's great to hear truth. And for once, hey, yeah, this makes sense. This is, okay, obviously, this is what it is. And then you can move on with your life and realize you're not batshit insane. But what still gnaws at me, what pisses me off, is the 90%, maybe 80% of the population especially you youth that just don't fucking get it. And it's like it's like having an insult in the face, being slapped in the face when I do something genuine and sincere. I understood, I know, deep down inside, I didn't think that any of the youth, or the majority of the youth, would accept it. But to be reminded by this viewer's experience that he posted on all the different websites, and everyone responds to it negatively, it just pisses me off. And it also gets rid of any kind of hope, any kind of, I guess hope, that's the only word for it, that maybe the young dumbass motherfuckers in this country would get it. And I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I've been in the echo chamber too long. Maybe I thought that, maybe I'm not saying I didn't make a difference. I did make a difference. I hear it every day, and I appreciate it. Hey, you guys that sent in the emails, we're going to read through some actually later on, once I find them and sober up here. I'm reminded every day, like, yeah, actually, we are making a difference here, guys. We are. And I'm glad to make a difference, especially for those of you who are intellectually honest. But then it just pisses me off when these sheeple, these fucking mindless Obama knots or Obamatons, they think they're so fucking smart. They think they're so intelligent. I'm talking like these 17, 18, 19-year-old kids, these late high school, early college kids. They think they're so smart. And then they can't find jobs when they graduate 22, 23, 24. And then here comes somebody like me who's like, okay, look, here's what happened. You were lied to the entire time you were in high school and college. And they were abusing you, taking advantage of you. Here's a very logical, clear, truthful explanation as to why you got fucked over. This is why you're the genuine victim, not because of evil George Bush or Republicans or whatever else. The system's against you. It's the one that's been lying to you this entire time about how they're your best friend. And they are so brainwashed, so fucking committed to the system. They're so gullible. They are so not smart. They are so not independently minded that they cannot accept the fact. Their ego won't let them accept the fact that they got schnookered, that they got screwed over. They're so emotionally and egotistically and psychologically wedded to the team they joined up when they were like 8 or 9 years old, and all the part of brainwashing is telling your brainwashees that they're so right and they're so legitimate and they're so validated, and then any criticism is evil or some simplistic, oh yeah, they're evil, they're racist, they're bigoted, they're sexist, they're homophobe, whatever they were told, and there's no penetrating that wall of ignorance. There's no penetrating that wall of brainwashedness. And I don't know what I was expecting. Maybe I was hoping that our success here in my little Cappy Cap sphere was indicative or representative of what may have been happening at the population as a whole. But the reader's comment just proves to me that no. The younger generation in general, Gen Y, millennials, what do they call it? Gen Z? I don't know. I'm not tracking. I'm done tracking the bullshit. I always thought it was like greatest generation, baby boomer generation, Gen X, and then millennials or Gen Y. Those are the four general things. But I'm sure there's some worthless academia and sociological putts out there. Well, there's Gen Z, then the next gen, and they're breaking it down by every 3 minutes. Every 3 minutes is a different generation. No, I'm sorry. I'm going with the standard 4. But, yeah, I'm sorry, you Gen Y, millennials, next gen, Gen Z, whatever they want to call it. You, not the listeners here, but if you're listening, if one of your colleagues or peers got you to listen, you're a bunch of fucking retards. You're pathetic, you're sad, you're brainwashed, you're not impressive, you're not intelligent, you're not open-minded. And I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit because it's gotten so bad financially that your brainwashers, your quote-unquote leaders, your professors, your parents, your media types, the commercials, do what you want, major in fucking university, whatever. You fouled it. You swallowed it whole. You actually thought you were that smart and independent-minded. And now you're $120,000 in debt with a fucking interior design degree. And you're so egotistical you can't admit that you were wrong, you got screwed over. I'm trying to give you some kind of passion, some kind of forgiveness, some kind of out. Like, yeah, you were screwed over, you were lied to, and you know what? You deciding to major in that stupid fucking bullshit isn't really your fault, because what else are you supposed to do? Your entire adult leadership from the time you were born in 1985 to today has told you what to do. I'm just trying to tell you got fucked over and screwed over, and that there's not an alternate reality. You've been living a lie, and there's only this one reality. And I explained it with my own finite time, why there aren't jobs for you young kids out there, and it's spat back in my face. Well, you know what? Fuck you. 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 That's close your eyes. Close your eyes and watch all the liberal arts majors go in debt and never buy themselves a house. Go in debt and never fuck a hot wife because you're a scrawny liberal majoring fuck. Close your eyes as the Obama administration fucks you in the ass, and you'll vote for him anyway. So yeah, fuck all of you. I don't care. I really don't care. Now, see, the olive branch was granted. You're so egotistical. You're so smart. You're so intelligent. I'm so intelligent. I'm so open-minded. And you're going to tell me I'm an asshole or I'm a jerk. Yeah, you know what? Me telling you realities is not the worst pain you're going to suffer. I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to bail you out. I'm trying to give you a little bit of light in that dark tunnel you're in. Trying to reconcile your $8 an hour barista job with your master's in fucking social work and how you're going to pay it off. That's what I'm trying to do. And you say you spit it in my face. You're going to spit it right back in my face. All right, yeah, what? Guess what? I'm cheering against you. That's it. I'm glad. And this is where Enjoy the Decline comes in. You could purchase Enjoy the Decline on Amazon.com, but one of the greatest joys and benefits I've started to learn in life is watching all these leftist retards, these leftards, live the life they made for themselves. It's wonderful. It's great. All right. I try to help, and now I'm going to enjoy every article. Every day there's an article. Daily Mail does a really good job of it, but you don't even have to watch the Daily Mail. I just have to talk to people. Parents sitting at the bar, a little bit older than me. They're little retarded leftists spewing and puking, son or daughter majoring in crap. Hell, I had a great uncle. I don't know. Step-great uncle. I've never really paid too much attention to my lineage or genealogy. But I remember, and this was like almost 15 years ago, maybe 10, I don't know. Here I am, some guy who was like related to me some way or another. I forgot how. He was getting his master's in creative writing. And the dude was like 45, and his parents are, I think, still paying his way. What the fuck? 45? You're more than half dead. And what, now you're gonna make a lane change, huh? You're gonna change and go major in creative writing? Do you know how fucked up your life is? Not that individual, but if this is you're saying, it's not about the money. You're just an asshole. If your arguments start getting to name calling and just calling me about ignorant and what do I know and jerk, and if any of your arguments have any kind of those of traits and symptoms and qualities, you're fucked. You are fucked. You're half dead. Your life is half over. And you've pissed it away. It's great, and I'm going to enjoy that fact. And I'm going to enjoy the fact you're operating from such a deficit, from such a, what can we say, disadvantage, uphill battle. You're pretty much guaranteed to waste your entire life. It's great. It's just great. You had the freest country in a while, ever. You did. And you voted to enslave it. And unconsciously, you voted to enslave yourself. But they have you so brainwashed, your ego has you fooled into thinking it's people like me. It's George Bush. It's the 1%. Oh. Your hatred and just your envy, your petty fucking sad envy. It's ruining you. It's ruining your one life. Oh, it's wonderful. And that's why I get joy. I just love watching it. I love watching it. I'll give you the chance. I'll give you the out. I'll say, hey, look, here's where you fucked up. And if you call me names, fine. I have no emotional compunction. I have no pity. I have no more sadness. You're an enemy. You know, like, it's kind of interesting conversation or thought. When do you hold a young child responsible for their own actions? You know, like, I know this, I won't go into details. I know this woman, and she has a kid, and she's the worst mother ever. And her kid is just, I won't show up. I will not show up at events with this piece of shit kid, because the kid is just a piece of shit. Now, the kid is only 5 or 6 years old. Now, you obviously, there is no debate here in this particular instance. Who is to blame for that kid's actions? Is it the kid? No, obviously the mother. The absentee, worthless piece of crap. Like when shit decays and then is eaten by, bacteria, and the bacteria farts that shit out, whatever third twice removed shit, that's what she is in terms of a mother. So the kid is not necessarily at fault. But this kid is, at the same time, a sentient being. When does the kid start taking over for his or her own responsibility? All right? So, when do you hold a 19-year-old? Obviously, but when, a 13-year-old kills some people, well, what do you I don't know. It's the same thing with liberals, and that's where my line comes in. I'm going to give you the truth. I don't care what your age is. I understand you've been brainwashed up until the age of 23, 24, 25. But if I tell you the truth and you throw it back in my face and call me names, you know what? Nah, you're responsible for your own shit. I don't care how much you've been brainwashed by the previous generation. I don't care how much I hate the baby boomers. I don't care how much I hate academians. I don't care how much I hate public school teachers. I don't care how much I hate private teachers. I don't care how much I hate the people that fucked you over. You're ultimately responsible. All this hypocritical fucking bullshit about how you're independent minded. That's why I guess what really grinds my gears is you act like you're so fucking intelligent and you're just brainless. You're a fucking automaton. You got that attitude that you think you're so open-minded, and something comes along the way that actually explains why your life isn't ending up the way you thought it would, and you just lash out at it. All that proves to me is just as much as you think you're independent-minded and you're not, is just how brainwashed and the bitch. You're just the socialist, educational, governmental entity, what do they call it? The complex. You're that complex's bitch. You've given up your humanity. You've given up your intelligence. You've given up your sentient, independent thought. I understand. It's not your fault. It was that way. But when someone comes and hey, here's the red pill, you spit it back in their face, fuck you, you're an enemy. I don't care. I'm cheering on for your demise. I enjoy, I derive utility, I entertain myself. It's like watching a goddamn fucking movie. Anytime I see an article or something about some dumb fucking piece of shit, like that Time broad, she rationalizes her daughter's idiotic mistake to major in politics and food culturalism. Oh, absolutely I enjoy it. 50-year-old bitch explaining her daughter's mistake away. Yeah, go ahead. See how that works out for you. Let me know when your daughter's living at home. It's great. So yeah, so I enjoy. Have we lectured enough about you idiot young 20-something kids thinking you know everything and you don't? I think so. Okay. Let's go through some sponsors here. See what we got. Blah, 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 blah. Miles Franklin. Okay, hey guys. I'm a pretty smart guy. And, I kind of tell you, hey, you got to invest in gold and silver. But here's something that's concerned me recently. So I got coins right in front of me, actually, matter of fact. Here, listen to this. You hear that? So I was looking at these coins that I bought, local coin dealer. I noticed one coin, Silver Eagle, was had a bigger diameter than the others. And I look at these others, and I realize it says copy on it. Okay? Now, I go on the internet to try and find things out, wondering if I got scammed, wondering if there's copycats. Well, guess what? There's a ton of counterfeit silver dollars. And not just modern-day silver dollars, the old Morgan dollars and peace dollars. The Chinese are making these by the thousands. And they'll even wear them out to make it look like it. So here's the deal. I seriously, tomorrow, first thing I'm going to go do is go to this coin dealer I respect and trust, and I'm going to say, hey, can you test these for, like, real, actual silver content? And he's going to do it, and I have a feeling I got some fakes here. I got some frauds. because it just doesn't. They're not the same size. So when I find out that, if I find out that these are fake, I'm going to go to the coin dealer I bought them from, and I think I'll just beat the fucking shit out of them. Soon I won't do that. I'm going to say, you're going to compensate me for what I spent on these. And then if he says, no, it was cash transaction, I won't lie to you, I'm going to beat the fucking shit out of him, because he's old. If he was young, I'd still beat the shit. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to sue the fucking piss out of him and expose him. But in any case, so no, this has highlighted me to something. This is why you really got to find someone you trust. Do you trust your local coin dealer? I'm not saying don't go to your local coin dealer, but if you're interested in investing in gold and silver, this is another huge major thing. Just go on YouTube, look at, fake coins, counterfeit coins. It's a huge industry. That's why you need to go to a reputable coin dealer, a precious metals dealer, and that's why I am recommending going to Miles Franklin. MilesFranklin.com. You can call them at 1-800-822-8080. That is 1-800-822-8080. Go there. They are reputable. They are reliable. They're the ones that I go to. These coins I've actually looked at. The only reason I just say, well, if you're recommending Miles Franklin, why do you go there in the first place? I didn't know they existed in the first place. It wasn't until I met their buddy Andrew that I knew they existed. Henceforth, I've been buying all my stuff there. But now I have these coins that I've been buying over the past 2-3 years. It's like, oh crap, are these legit or not? So take the worry away. You know what? It's worth $100 of worry. Not that he's going to overcharge you by $100. He won't. He's going to get you the best prices, and it's guaranteed to be real silver, real gold. Right? Do you want to go and buy $200, $300 here? No, because the guy operates on volume. So what I'm recommending, especially with silver and gold prices down, could it go down further? Yes, absolutely. There's no guarantee in price, but remember, when you're investing in gold and silver and precious metals, it's an insurance play. So especially with the decline in gold and silver, you definitely want to go and consider making precious metals a part of your investment and retirement portfolio. MilesFranklin.com. If you're willing, and don't quote me on words or numbers, but basically, if $100 or $200 there, yeah, go to your local coin dealer. But if you want to knock it out in one shot, like, hey, I just want to, it's nagging, it's annoying you, like I am. Buy silver, buy gold, buy silver, buy gold. Do it now, do it. It's like getting a vaccination against, I don't know, hepatitis, smallpox. I don't know. It's something you got to do, but it's not vital because it's not pressing. Just get it out of your system. Just do it. Go buy, I would say, roughly $2,000 minimum in precious metals. Understanding you could lose absolutely all of it. But as an insurance policy, like life insurance, like health insurance, like anything else, just go and buy it. Get it out of your system. Go to MilesFranklin.com or call them at 1-800-822-8080. Let them know that Aaron Clarey or Captain Capitalism sent you. Yes, I do get a kickback. Yes, that's why I'm sending you there, but not solely for that. I've talked to the owner. Trust me, this is a legitimate operation. You don't have to worry about this bullshit crap. Hear that? I don't even know what that sounds like. Does this sound like silver? There was a test they did. You put the silver coin on your finger and you hit it with another one. Oops, dropped it. Hang on. You got to hit it real light. I don't know if that's legit or not. See, that's why I'm going. Why bother that? Why suffer what I'm suffering right now? Do you want to do chores? Annoying bullshit chores? I got to test my goddamn silver? Don't bother with that. Go to MilesFranklin.com. So we got that. Now, going along the same line, RangerSelfDefense.com. Do you have your house secure? Do you have your personal person secure? Is your daughter, or what do they call the opposite of daughter? Sons. That's what they call them. Sons. Are they over at college right now? Does the college have an anti-gun policy? Will they kick them out of school and rebuke all their credits because they dare to carry a gun? Well, good. Let them get the shit kicked out of them or raped. It's like, oh, wow, that's pretty serious. Yeah, it is serious. It's very serious. How about they not get the shit kicked out of them or raped? Why don't you give them some not legal, some things that schools and colleges accept, like mace, taser guns, and pepper spray. go to rangerselfdefense.com and don't even think about your siblings, your offspring. Think about yourself. Think about your home. He's got cameras, fake cameras, real cameras, cameras that climb on rocks, fake diversionary safes, everything you need, everything but guns. Go to rangerselfdefense.com and then send him an email or something like denote the captain sent you. TalonKnife.com. TalonKnife is a nice small little knife. It's discreet. And the best, you say, well, why would I need this little knife? Well, here's two reasons. One, if you're trying to reload or if you're close quarters combat, it's a nice little knife to have that'll pull out of your pocket. I think it'll probably get past most security checkpoints. You're going to a nightclub or something like that, you know, they always pat you down, but they don't grab your crotch. Hide a knife by your crotch. Make sure it's sheathed, though. Yes, don't hide an exposed naked knife by your crotch for obvious reasons, but, you know, it's always good to have a one-up. Some drunk douchebag frat boy wants to get in your face because you're smaller than him and that's the only people they fight. Make sure you can take out his jugular with a Talon knife. Probably not. I think it's too small for it. Don't take out his jugular. Just defend yourself. And people are saying, no, I'm going to get sued. So come sue me because there's nothing to sue. The minimalist lifestyle. Anyway, so that's another sponsor of ours, TalonKnife.com. Then there's Rattlerstrap, Rattlerstrap.com. You could go to Rattlerstrap.com. See, now I'm trying to prepare for the next. What happened to my notes? I printed something off. Oh, here it is. There we go. Rattlerstrap.com. It's a belt. It's a Rattler strap. It's made of paracord. It's ugly. But it's as ugly as it is practical as it is ugly. You say, well, I wouldn't wear this to the golden carpets. Of course you wouldn't. No one would wear that to the golden carpets. You would wear it, however, out hiking, or if something bad were to happen, you need some kind of survival material. The paracord that is woven into the Rattler strap belt would definitely come in handy. So you can make snares, you can make the spine for a tent. You can do a lot of things with the roughly, I'd estimate, 50 yards of paracord there. So go to rattlerstrap.com and get that. All right. Fan mail. Ooh, wow, this printed off in a really small font. This is from a female, we'll just say. I always promise not to mention the names or any kind of identifying information. I've been watching your videos for a few days. I just wanted to say that your viewpoints are a breath of fresh air. The advice on your channel is more useful than any other advice I've gotten elsewhere. Well, because, female listener, you've been listening to Oprah, and Oprah hates you and just wants your money. I'm a university student, and I am surrounded by the same ideas about education from every college kid around me. I am in my second year of college, and so far I've switched from political science to HR to actuarial science. There you go! All right, sweetheart. There, see? This is how you close the wage gap, ladies. You stop it with this fucking political science, touchy-feely HR, sociology bullshit. Now look at this lady. Look at this young woman. She is going to get actuarial science. She's going to hardcore stats math. All right, there you go. So that's how, and you know what? She's going to make just as much money as the guys. Maybe more. Who knows? That's how you close the gap. I'm sorry, was that incorrect? Oprah, please, Oprah Winfrey, please tell me if that was correct or not. Should I have told her to just follow her heart and money would follow? And that men are shallow and evil and sexism and racism and discrimination? Wait, which was correct? Was my version correct or your version correct? Sow. That's not fair. Shut up, she's overweight. All the damage that bitch has caused women. Unreal. Just like all the damage the leftist socialist, the matrix, whatever, complex has caused all you college students to believe this leftist Obama crap. Oprah's done the same goddamn thing to women. Lying to you. But she spared our feelings. Are feelings more important than success and reality? Let me know. Ladies, email me. You can email me anytime. Are your feelings more important than reality? If so, then don't get upset when men lie to you. He told me lies to get in bed. Imagine that. Men telling lies to... Isn't it all the industries that serve women, they just tell them lies? Is that what it is? Is that... Okay, back to our lovely young lady who wrote in... I knew that something about the previous majors left me feeling confused. I was constantly asking myself questions, yeah, but what does an HR political science employee actually do? And does an HR whatever person really need a 4-year degree to get the job? Of course not. They don't. They're screwing you over for your money. That's why. Were any of your professors actually in the field? Did any of your professors actually do something in the real world? Or were they just ass-raping you and, like, vampiring out of you your blood money of tuition? I also realized that your videos have confirmed something else that I've had in my mind. That the reason to get a degree is to learn marketable skills and be able to get a job that lets you afford the things in life that everyone wants. Example, insurance, a decent house, food, iPads, and other things college kids supported by their parents take for granted. Okay, I see how she wrote that. Sorry, just didn't read that. And not just a degree that looks to be the easiest or most fun. When are degrees supposed to be fun? Am I showing my age here? Is that what you kids nowadays think, that degrees in college are supposed to be fun? I know college is supposed to be fun. There's supposed to be an element of fun. But the actual academics, the studies, the discipline, really? I'm good. When was school ever fun? I understand women thinking school was fun. Show up. It's for me. It's community. I don't know how boys ever thought school was fun. Maybe if you're all doped up on Riddle and you thought it was fun. This is such an easy concept, but from early ages, kids are misled about the role of a college degree, and they grow up to be young adults with a bachelor's in theater and can't find a job anywhere. I wish my mom had told me crap like that. See? This is why, here's Amanda that she exemplifies exactly something that I hate about my generation. And that is, my generation sucks in terms of parenting. I thought maybe we'd figure it out. You go through divorce, or your parents went through divorce, you wake up, no, we're just making the same mistakes our previous parents did. That's it. Let's be BFFs. Do what you enjoy. Take classes you enjoy. I am also sick of hearing people constantly saying that the U.S. needs more STEM majors, yet nobody is willing to major in any of them. Of course not. It takes too much effort. Realize the temerity and the courage that this young woman has. She is going to, all the social pressure, all the scare tactics and all that, she's going to do actuarial science. So good for her. Says, take the STEM major. No, yeah. You're absolutely right about the argument that some people just can't be good at math. You have to stop being lazy and actually learn in college. Big shock, I know. So there's my story and rant. Overall, not to stroke your ego, but thanks for making me realize what a mistake those degrees would have been. Now I am working towards getting a degree in actuarial science that half the college students my age wouldn't even consider because it requires actual skill, and therefore 2, I'll be proud to have, and therefore 3, will make more money and have a happier life overall. You've inspired me, and I'm buying Worthless to learn more and support your cause. Well, you don't have to buy Worthless. It looks like you got it, sweetheart. You don't have to waste the money on that. See, everyone thinks I want to make money on my book, and I do. I do want to make money, but the primary goal, I want to know, the primary goal is to make money, but it really is a mutually advantageous situation. I want to help you kids out. I really want to, because my social security depends on it. I also like listening to your videos about religion, feminism, etc., and I agree with your views about 99% of the time. You have a new subscriber. Thanks for the time, and I won't mention it. Hey, there we go. All right. Not crumpling up the paper because I dislike you, dear, but I appreciate it. That's all we got there. All right, more sponsors. Speaking of books that all you young kids should buy, Bachelor Pad Economics. That's the new one out. Go ahead, get it. All this can be found on Amazon. All of them are available on paperback and Kindle. And the next one, Worthless, The Young Person's Indispensable Guide to Choosing the Right Major. That should have made me a millionaire. It really should have. I don't know why every kid doesn't have that in school. Why they're not reading it. Every high school kid doesn't have that. But you can find that also on Audible, audible.com. So I know how young kids don't like to read, or at least I didn't like to read when I was a kid. And if you have that disposition or predisposition not to read, you can listen to it while riding the bus or something like that on audible.com. Enjoy the Decline. Don't discount that one. That one's a little bit for our older reader or our older audiences. And for those of you who are middle-aged men, I won't say women because I'm sorry, ladies, you're really not cutting it. I'm sorry, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Act like women fucking get it? Act like, I know there are some women out there. There are, and they certainly are, and they're not taking umbrage or offense to this. But I'm sorry, there's more interest in genuinely intelligent things on the part of men than there are women. And most men would read Enjoy the Decline because it's going to benefit them the most. Because they, well, look at what's I got to live for. What do I mean, really, I was watching. I got not stranded, when I was deadheading that car to Florida for my buddy. I had to pull over in Mount Vernon, Illinois. And while the back left tire was starting to lose air, which simply complicated matters to a much higher extent. So I didn't have a thing to fix a flat. I tried to go to the air pump. The air pump wouldn't work because it was too cold. It was a wretched day. So I go to this tire place. They find 3 nails in the car. You could thank me later for that, Ken. And they're fixing it. So while I'm sitting there at the tire place, I'm watching The View. And I think I was in Vegas and I was watching something else on the channel. Because the girlfriend had it on. Not that she watches it, but it was just happened to be on. And you women really watch stupid fucking shit. You really do. You watch the dumbest motherfucking shit ever. I mean, it's a testament. Don't tell me not all women are like that. I know that. They're my friends. They're the ones that I allow into my elite circles. They're the engineers. They're the girls and the women that support themselves. But the fact that it's on TV, and the fact that it's so popular, and the fact that shows like The View and Oprah have on there, if you just watch it, it's the dumbest, most irrelevant, unimportant shit. Ooh, we got Matthew McConaughey on. Really? Really? That's important. I mean, and it's all dieting, dumb, stupid, intellectually inferior shit to what men read, watch, and view. It is. The only thing I'll grant you women an exemption on, and I will rip men apart on an equal level, is these dumbass motherfucking guys who can watch pregame shows, let alone sports. I think you're stupid for watching professional sportsmen. I really do. I think you ought to get off your fat, lazy ass and go lose some weight and actually participate in sports. That way your wife probably won't divorce you. But for you idiots that tune into the draft, God almighty, there's a goddamn movie out called The Draft with Kevin Costner. Really? A movie about the draft? Really? And you're watching pre-game shows and post-game shows with all these fucking washed-up football players. Hey, we're gonna go and reenact this in our 50-year-old bodies, and they're fucking drawing diagrams. Look, he's gonna run here, he's gonna run there. And the robot? What's with the robots? You know, like at the beginning, NFL, and there's like a robot with a shield. What the fuck is with the robot with the shield? Are there robots with shields on NFL? I haven't noticed any robots with shields. Or is that just cool testosterone guy dumb shit? For you idiots without your shirts on, wearing fucking, painting your chest with the colors of a team that doesn't give 2 flying fucks about you. Alright, so I understand, ladies, I understand the men have got that stupid fucking shit. But I'm sure in terms of volume and percentages of the population, you are trailing behind men in terms of intellectual, ventures or hobbies. Seriously, I want to know what percentage of the talk show radio listener audience, both conservative and liberal, I want to know what are male and female. I know based on degrees, you women have absolutely no compunction or desire to be legitimate or equals. You all want to major in the soft, fluffy stuff. You don't want to carry your weight. It's obvious right there. But if I look at other empirical or not empirical, but anecdotal evidence, if I have to look at what's being put on TV, you women are idiots. You're idiots. You're watching the fucking View. And the mindless gossip. People Magazine, who subscribes to that? Ain't guys. Again, Sports Illustrated, understand, duly noted. But volume-wise, I guarantee you, the amount of years, decades, eons, millennia of wasted lives that go into watching mindless, frivolous shit, you women beat men at least 3-1. At least. 150 million men, 150 million women in the population. What percent or how much time goes into mindless crap, mindless TV, mindless talk shows? Versus mindless sports, mindless, what do men waste their time on? I guess porn, that'd be another thing men waste their time on. Oh, what else? I'm trying to be intellectually honest, but you add it all up, I guarantee you, women waste the majority of time. They do. Where was I going with this? Oh, enjoy the decline. That's right. Women could read it, but I don't think you'd appreciate it because you're too busy worried about what Matthew McConaughey's pecs look like. But for the rest of the men who are like, something seriously is going wrong here with society, read Enjoy the Decline and make you feel better. Cubanos in Wisconsin. Absolutely a must for every young person, male or female, to read, to understand what it's like from a 10-year-old's perspective to live in and escape communist Cuba. written by Silvio Canto. You should visit his website, Silvio Canto, or cantotalk.com. C-A-N-T-O Talk. Just search it on the internet. He's got a blog, and he's got his own little internet media empire going on there. And then let's also do a couple other things. Do you want to sponsor the show? You could do it a couple ways. You can advertise your wares, advertise your services here. You get wonderful plugs like me telling people that the belt is a hideously ugly pelt, but you want to buy it anyway. You can... oh, I forgot to do this. Hang on. Let's do this. Forgot about that. Oh, my goodness. Come on, Clarey, get your act together. All right, so you can sponsor two ways. One, just sponsor the show. Let me know. I charge about $50 a month. Put your ad over on the side. And then I'll mention you in the podcast, and I'll make a post and maybe a video and all that other stuff. I can't probably see anything, but that's the great thing about me. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. There's no hard feelings. You give it a shot for 1 month. If it's profitable, cool. If it's not, don't worry about it. But I do recommend advertising on the Tom Leykis show. Everyone keeps saying, well, you're just kissing his ass. No, I'm not kissing his ass. The dude pulls in the numbers. So I always try and help out fellow advertisers and fellow entrepreneurs. Go to Tom Leykis on top of me. So, hey, send $50 my way, and then go contact Gary over at Tom Leykis Show. See if his podcast doesn't increase your sale. You can always donate. Don't know why you would when we have such great sponsors or great things you can buy. I make a profit on everything, but if I got nothing that you don't want, and you can't find it on my Walmart affiliate, which is supposed to be like the Amazon affiliate, which really sucks, but, go to Walmart if you want to buy something. I get a cut there. You can always donate directly. So you click on the Pinup Girl or the Donate button. You can donate there. You can also now officially donate in Bitcoin, which I think is going to be actually a big thing. I'll go into that in a little bit detail later one of these days, but... yes, I'm accepting Bitcoin. I know that's kind of a community out there, and I've looked into it. I think there's some legitimacy. There's certainly some risks, absolutely some risks. Yeah, I do accept Bitcoin as currency. Whether I'm a fool or not for that, that's to be determined, but we'll find out. And then, what else? Walmart, yeah. Amazon, we had the Amazon affiliate program. And that went away because this cocksucking piece of shit, douchebag, verminous scum, and I hope he dies of Ebola. Not that I'm going to kill him. Don't, you're going to assess. No. I advocate peace. I just wish, things would statistically happen that would result in painful deaths for people I dislike. Like Ebola. If Mark Dayton got Ebola, I wouldn't mind. I'd be like, hey, tough for you, cocksucking, spoiled trust fund baby brat. You know what that asshole's doing now? He's advocating legislation that all new homes in Minnesota be built with sprinkler systems. Honest to God, like he ain't got anything. They live. I know the dude's almost 60, but maybe he is over 60. How do you live 60 years in life and not understand or get experience or appreciate what other normal people experience? You think, yeah, okay, so you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Like, you've never ran into normal people? I've ran into rich people. I've ran into poor people. I think I can associate with both. This guy obviously can't. This guy is just such a fucking... Only spoiled Saudi prince level richness could inoculate you from reality to that level. We should just require all houses to be built with sprinkler systems. That won't cost anything more. That won't push your old poor young people out of the market. Where was I going with that? Oh, yeah. So that asswipe passed a law that put the kibosh on Amazon affiliate sales. So now I'm dealing with Walmart. If you look to you can see I'm very excited about this because Walmart is just so fucking great. I have an affiliate program with Walmart. You'll see it on the right sidebar. If you want to buy anything, please buy it through Walmart, but I won't lie to you. Their selection is not as much as Amazon, and their website is not as easy to navigate. Like, you unnecessarily click 3 or 4 times. Why am I even plugging this if I'm giving you such a bad thing? If you really feel charitable and you want to pain yourself, go to my Walmart affiliate and then click through the 18 unnecessary pages to buy one fucking thing. So we got that there. And, yeah. Oh, hey. Yeah, that's enough for sponsors. Let's talk about this. Best of Finance 2013. You know who won it? I know it's Canada, but, we'll take it while we can get it. The old captain, that's right. Best book in money management winner. Bachelor Pad Economics by Aaron Clarey. So let's say it. Why is it a winner? Life is full of finance blocks, and this book offers a no-nonsense approach for overcoming them at every stage of life. Gain the economic upper hand in dating, navigating post-secondary school, starting a family, even estate planning. It's a must-read for every young man and woman. Look at that, huh? Who'd I beat out? Let's give some props to my competitors. Stop Overthinking Your Money by Preet Banerjee. Preet Banerjee. I'm assuming he's not Irish. He came up second. Great Tips to Help You Save Money and Get Out of Debt by Mike C. Adams. Fight Back, 81 Ways to Help Save Money and Protect Yourself from Corporate Trickery. Ellen Roseman. Yes, corporate trickery. Buy our stuff. No, I don't want to. Okay, don't buy our stuff. Yes, corporate trickery. Financially Fearless, the LearnVest program for taking control of your money by Alexa Von Tobel. So there we go. Huh? Look at that. Look at that. We beat them. We beat them all. Number 1 by Rate Supermarket Canada, CA. And don't ask me if that's as legitimate as the New York Times, because it is. It's even better. So we got that. And then let me throw in one more plug here. Asshole Consulting. People are saying, what's Asshole Consulting? I thought you were done with the sponsors. No, we're not, because there's one more thing. Asshole Consulting. Look, here's the deal, guys. Not all problems require McKinsey, Bain, or Accenture. And truthfully, those guys overcharge. Come sue me, guys. Come sue me. They're going to overcharge you. Matter of fact, they probably won't even take you on as a client because not all problems are that small or petty. But there are some problems that everyone has in life. Financial, romantic, educational, life problems. And who are you going to go to? Huh? Who are you going to trust? Well, you shouldn't trust someone who's going to kiss your ass and brown nose you. They're going to lie to you and then try to leverage and get more business out of you. Actually, my dad, I remember my dad, I said, Dad, look, your experience, he used to be a corporate guy. And I said, why don't, you're old, you're in shape. And seriously, these were the qualities and characteristics that he had that I thought he should go into consulting. He's got gray hair, he's in good shape, and he's older. He was in his 50s at the time. I say, why don't you just go work for a consulting company? And whether he was talented or not didn't matter. He just looked like he could be a consultant. And he says, you know what? I was thinking about it, and yeah, the money would be great, but you got to constantly upsell. I didn't know what that meant. But he says, well, you got to constantly get more and more business. You have to kind of cross-sell them. And I'm like, wow, no wonder those douchebags make so much money because they're going to overestimate the amount of time it takes to finish your problems. They're going to overcharge it, and they're going to tell you about problems you have that you don't. That's not asshole consulting. Asshole Consulting is the only consulting company or the only type of consulting I'm going to do. Where it's like, yeah, you know what? You're an asshole. Thank you. And I'm going to tell you the truth because I'm an asshole. Because I'm not trying to kiss your ass or suck your cock. You send me a problem you got, whatever it might be. And if it's within my power to solve, which it usually is, I'll tell you the truth. And you want to know what's great? We benefit both ways. Because I charge out at $100 an hour. But rarely have I ever charged $100 for any one client because usually the problems aren't that complicated. I'm not going to screw you over. I'm not going to bill you for 5 hours for something that only took 15 minutes. I'm going to bill you for 15 minutes. I'm going to charge you $25 for a quarter of an hour. Your problem solved. I'm blunt and direct. I'm not going to kiss your ass. If you're fucking up, I'll say you're fucking up. Bada boom, bada bing. Everyone moves on. We're great. Like there was this kid. He showed up at the seminar in Vegas that I was at. And he didn't even have to ask. He says, yeah, I'm fat and I need to lose weight. You want to know why? Because he paid attention. You want to get girls, you got to lose weight. So that's what asshole consulting is. Any problem you got. If I can't answer it, I won't. I'll say, you know what? You really ought to go talk to somebody else. Although I'm starting to run into some things where people are asking me, what should I invest in? Look, I could tell you what to invest in. Whether I could charge or not, I don't think that's legal. So if you're willing to sign away a waiver saying, yeah, I'm not going to sue you. Yeah, he's got nothing to sue for. Bada, 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 bing. Yeah, maybe we could go that way. Somebody call me and let me know if it's wrong. I don't care. Or I don't care if it's wrong. Tell me if it's illegal. So, that's what we got. Yeah, so consider asshole consulting. All right. What do we got? Here is a receipt that I printed off. Had myself a drink on the plane on the way back from... Good Lord, really? They print off all the responses? Oh, that's garbage. Throw it over here. Did this even print off? Did this print off? Good. It did print off. Don't know why that is. Oh, we'll put that here. Oh, some really small font. Oh, wow, I can't read this. Topeka, Kansas. A man who provided sperm to a lesbian couple in response to an online ad is the father of a child born to one of the women and must pay child support, a Kansas judge ruled Wednesday. Topeka resident William Murata had argued that he had waived his parental rights and didn't intend to be a father. Shawnee County District Judge Mary... I'm going to look this up. I can't read it. It's too damn small. I wish there was a universal printing standard. That way, when you print something off, it's not that bad. There we go. Here we go. Shawnee County District Judge Mary Madavi rejected that claim, saying the parties didn't involve a licensed physician in the artificial insemination process, and thus Marotta didn't qualify as a sperm donor, the Topeka Capital Journal reported. In this case, quite simply, the parties failed to perform to statutory requirement of the Kansas Parentage Act in not listing a licensed physician at some point in time in the artificial insemination process, and the parties... self-designation of Marotta as a sperm donor is insufficient to relieve Marotta of parental right and responsibilities of the child, Matavidi wrote. Okay, look. Guys, do you need any more? Feminist fucking judge. Feminist cunt. Mary Matavi. Yeah, sue me, Mary. Come get it. Come get it. That's my opinion of you. You knew the intentions of this guy. They signed the goddamn paperwork. Boys, this is what I want you to realize. It doesn't matter what the law says. It doesn't matter what your intentions are. If you got a biased, bigoted judge like this broad, she'll find a reason. They'll find a reason. They're going to get your money. They're going to come after you. And they'll find a reason. It doesn't matter if you hire a lawyer. It doesn't... What? Okay, look. This guy went pretty much out of his way to find... He says, hey, let's save a couple bucks, not get a lawyer. He, signed a contract. He's like, I got myself covered. It didn't comply with the Kansas Parentage Act because there wasn't a licensed physician involved? See, this is how the judicial system gets you. Well, that's non-judicial thinking. You're outside of the... You didn't adhere to this technicality. Forget the intent. Forget the wishes of the people. Forget the people. It's a way to extract money. It's a way to wield power. What if he did follow the Kansas Parentage Act? You think this Judge Mary Mativi would have just, oh yeah, you fouled it. Wouldn't have found some kind of technicality? Right? You never donate sperm, boys. You never donate sperm. Never, ever, 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 ever. Even if you don't have a name, they'll find your DNA. You never donate sperm. It's throwing, as Tom Likas says, you're throwing credit cards out there. Each one is a little credit card. He's absolutely right in that regard. The Kansas Department of Children and Families, how about the Department of Children, Families, and Fathers? Children and families, who do you think that means? Filed the case in October 2012. So it wasn't the women that came after him, it's the state. Seeking to have Marotta declared the father of a child born to Jennifer Schreiner in 2009. The state's objective was to hold Marotta responsible for about $6,000 in public assistance the state provided, as well as future child support. Look, they're going after you private citizens. They're going after you boys, you men. For $6,000. Think about the person who's the case manager at the Kansas Department of Children and Families. Saying, well, did you have a contract signed? Oh, yeah, okay, well, you know what? You had a contract signed, blah, blah, blah. We don't really know about the law. They still went ahead with it. They completely... There's no desire to adhere to people's wishes or intellectual honesty. Marotta opposed the action, saying he had contacted Schreiner and her partner at the time, Angela Bauer, in response to an ad they placed on Craigslist seeking a sperm donor. He said he had signed a contract waiving his parental rights and responsibilities. Attorneys for the state contended that the contract was moot because the parties didn't follow the 1994 Kansas law requiring a licensed physician to perform the artificial insemination when donors were involved. So it's not even an issue of the contract. It's an issue of whether or not the insemination was audited or viewed by a physician. During oral arguments at a hearing in October, Timothy Keck, co-lead counsel for the state, said the case focused on child support. Marota's attorney, Benoit Swinnon, cited several court rulings that he said support the argument that Marota is legally a sperm donor and not required to pay child support. Swinnon also argued that the Kansas statute doesn't specifically require the artificial insemination to be carried out by a physician. All right, those two things, let's take it at face value. Were overruled. Overruled. Fuck it. Doesn't matter. All right? Is it technically true? No. Is he a sperm donor not legally? No. It doesn't matter. Because the judge wants that guy's money. Court documents show Schneider indicated she didn't know the name of the donor or have any information about him in her application for child support. However, sperm donor contract between Marota and the couples includes his name, and the agency noted the couple talked about the appreciation for him in an interview. So they appreciated him fucking her. Or however it happened, I don't know. They're so friendly when they want your genetic material. They'll do anything. Filing Wednesday by the Department of Children and Families argues the sperm donor contract overlooks the well-established law in this state that a person cannot contract away his or her obligations to support their child. How do all you men who donated sperm in Kansas feel right now, huh? How do you feel? That shadow's going to be over you for the rest of your life until you die. The right for support belongs to the child, not the parents, the filing says. Well, then hit up the other lesbian broad. He's not the parent. Right belongs to not the parents. Oh, the right to the child. Okay. So the child, no matter how conceived, is entitled to your money. Really? What more do you need? Should I even read? Should I even read anymore? Of the different version of donor contract form for donor suggested not may be invalid. We stand by the contract. The insinuation is offensive. Okay, there you go. There you go. Article number 2. Sydney woman gets $243,000 for broken leg. A Sydney woman. Sydney is Australia, for those of you that went to public school. Has been awarded nearly $250,000 after a judge found a police officer used excessive force in kicking her legs out from under her, fracturing her knee during a clash over a train ticket. The district court judge on Friday also ruled that Sergeant Craig Sands had no intention of charging Rachel Gardner for the offenses he claimed he arrested her for. Instead, he dropped her at another train station where she made her own way home and called an ambulance. The state of NSW, Northern State Western? I forgot what that stands for. As Sergeant Sands' employer had been ordered to pay Miss Gardner, 36-year-old Sydney art student. Okay, do you boys notice something? 36-year-old art student? And you gotta see a picture of her. She's a fucking loser, tatted up, piercings. Just an ugly, heinous beast. Just a disgusting looking woman. And that's not opinion, just look at her. Wait, it's my way of showing how into it. No, you're not. She had sought up to $750,000 for her injuries, humiliation, anxiety, and loss of social status. What social status? What? 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 Were you a CPA? Were you a doctor? You are a loser, Rachel. You are 36 years old, majoring. You're still in college at 36, and you're a goddamn art student. You are a goddamn loser. If anything, this helped other people find your art. And God almighty, I'd love to see what that art is. I'm sure it's all that minimalist crap. Social status. Miss Gardner was on a train from Cronulla in March when a transit officer found her and her two friends, Samantha Goldsby and Hamish Warcliffe, without tickets. All right, so here you have people who are almost 4 decades old without tickets. They're free riding. And I'm sure if we look up Samantha Goldsby and Hamish Warcliffe, I'm sure they're going to be equal winners. The friends had earlier in the day been at an equal rights march and a party at Miranda. Equal rights march. See, this is why this woman is only 2 years younger than me. And this is why I'm just as hard on my generation, if not harder, than the baby boomers. Because it's people like this that are out there. People like this that end up going to become teachers. some kind of government job. Something. They're just, this is it. And I can only imagine how younger people perceive this person in their younger eyes, like, oh, wow, she's an adult. There are actually, you take the average 18-year-old and you put him or her in front of this 36-year-old child, and I guarantee you they would look at it, well, they're 36, they must know something. And then that grants these people unauthorized authority to, like, mislead and brainwash young kids. Not that she's purposely doing it, but you see how age is a completely wrong or erroneous measuring stick for authority or wisdom? Especially now that the generations are just going to pot, that you can have a 36-year-old child thinking that her and her friends are just going to not pay for the train. And then sue, $250,000, get $750,000, get $250,000. Oh, without tickets. The friends are at a party. According to the judgment, police were called to the station to meet the transit officers in Cronulla. Police were called to the station. Okay. Things went awry when Mr. Rawcliffe look at this white knight, objected to not being allowed to accompany girlfriend Miss Goldsby to the toilet instead of a transit officer. Scuffle broke out and Miss Gardner intervened. I'm sure nothing happened. I'm sure the police were not agitated in the slightest. She claimed that when Sergeant Sands arrived, he told her to go and sit over there. All right, now what do you do, boys and girls, when the policeman or policewoman says, go and sit over there? What do you do? I go and sit over there. But then said stuff. Okay, he said go over there. Okay, when she claimed that when Sergeant Sands told her to go sit over there, but then said stuff this. So she's telling him to stuff this. So she's being obstruction to justice, and kicked her legs out from under her. Okay, you know what? Worked at the police department myself. If that happened to me, it sounds pretty good. I currently work security. Not that the rules are the same, and I have no idea what the rules are in Australia. But if you got someone who's providing a risk and presenting a risk and is being belligerent, yeah, you contain the situation. Evidence from a doctor detailed in the judgment showed Miss Garner suffered a fractured knee. Aw, poor baby. Hope you limp for the rest of your life. Sergeant Sands said he executed an approved procedure known as a leg sweep, but it didn't involve kicking. Okay. Miss Garner claimed police then told the state transit officer to sit on her as she laid face on the ground. Yeah, because you weren't obeying, woman. You were going to obstruct justice and probably cause damage and harm. Of course, that doesn't matter. TV footage showed during an earlier court hearing depicted Miss Garner as limping along the platform as her friends accepted transport to Sutherland Station. Good. Glad to see your limp. Don't know how that's germane to this. But Judge Sharon Norton, a woman, stated in her judgment Sergeant Sands was reluctant to admit any limp. What does that have to do with it? He was not the only police officer who felt unable to make this relatively simple concession. What? Miss Norton, really? See, and then I guess it's to the old age thing. We all think because the word judge is in front of Sharon Norton's name that she's somehow wise. And I tried to look her up on the internet, I couldn't find her. But I'm betting she's like in her 40s or 50s. Which is more proof you should, just because they're older or have the word judge in front of them, doesn't mean they know that they're, one, honest or know what the fuck they're doing. Okay. She found Sergeant Sands did not intend on charging Miss Garner with any of these offenses, including hinder police. Okay, obstruction of justice here. They call it hinder police, that he claimed he arrested her for. Okay, this is what Joe Susher would call bad journalism or bad reporting. He did not intend on charging her. So he's kind of being nice. He just wanted her secured and, inoculated so he could go about dealing with the scuffle with Hamish Raycliffe or whatever. The arrest was unlawful. Well, was she arrested or not? Did not Chen claim that he claimed he arrested her? Okay, so... Oh, I see. She's speculating that he did not intend on charging her with any of the offenses that he arrested her for. So she was arrested. Well, what? He doesn't have the right to arrest her and then, let her go afterwards? The arrest was unlawful and therefore no justification in Sergeant Sands' late. You know what? I'd love to see Judge Sharon Norton get into fisticuffs as a cop and, say, let me think about the legal ramifications. This person's yelling at me and fighting right now while I'm trying to arrest this individual. Should I or should I not press charges with this individual? God, I would love a Mad Max scenario to happen and then just Sergeant Sands as kind of a, the Mel Gibson sort of character run into Sharon Norton. See what kind of laws and rules apply then. Doctor gave evidence was likely to develop post-traumatic Oh, what the fuck is that? Let me look this up. We found a doctor gave evidence that was likely to develop a post-traumatic osteoarthritis. Let's look it up, boys and girls. Just bear with me. I want to be accurate. Here it is, a Wikia, OA. Also known as degenerative arthritis, is a group of mechanical abnormalities involving degradation of joints, including articular cartilage and subchondral bone. Symptoms may include joint pain, tenderness, stiffness, locking, sometimes an effusion, a variety of causes, hereditary, developmental, metabolic, and mechanical deficits. Oh, Jesus Christ. You ever notice how on Wikipedia they have the people entering medical stuff or any particular profession, they use the parlance and the jargon that only those people in that profession use. So like when normal people like you and me look it up, okay, signs and symptoms. The main symptom is pain, causing loss of ability and often stiffness. Pain, generally referred to aching, sensation, associated muscle tendon, use crackling noise, affected joint. Hands, feet, spine. Good. All right, the gal's going to be in pain. Going to be in pain. Good. Glad you're in pain, sweetheart. You're trying to screw over the Australian taxpayer to get free money. You're not an adult. You're 36. You're an art student. You're at a protest. You know what? You're just a fucking pariah. You're a fucking parasite. And you may have won with this Sharon Norton, but imagine that. The gal is half dead. She's half dead. And this is what she's doing with her life. If there's any consolation I give Sergeant Sands, is like, you got a real job, you got a real career, you got real friends. Like you go and you have beer with your buddies over at the Aussie PD or state police, or I guess that would be the sheriff. No, Minnesota. I'm sorry, state trooper. Whatever your equivalent is there. I mean, who's living the better life, Sergeant Sands or Gardner? Because you know what, Gardner's going to piss away the $250,000. She is. Sands is making about 40, 50, 60,000 a year, depending on his rank. That's consistent. It's going to go for the rest of his life. Probably got a pension or some kind. Gardner gets his $250,000 payout. That's going to last 5 years. She'll probably piss it away. All those rich liberal elitists, they, once they get any kind of money, then they become Republicans real quick and start buying fancy shit. She'll probably donate some of it to her friends. But in the year, I guarantee you, in 10 years, Miss Gardner will still be the loser she always is. Fortunately, Judge Sharon Norton is going to probably fucking run for Parliament or whatever they got over in Australia. Dr. gave in a statement to court she felt humiliated and distrustful of authority. Oh yeah, because I'm sure you were so obedient and trustworthy of authority before. Awarded that. Result vindicated by the judgment. All right, here's the deal, guys. I brought up these two things to point out something to you. And that is the further feminization of the judicial system. Right? You look at law school and a disproportionate percentage of the majority of them are women. And most women major in worthless subjects. And most women who major in worthless subjects can't find jobs. And most of them then go into law. They usually, unless they get into a really good law school, end up going to a not-so-good law school. And that more or less commits them to a path of charity work, pro bono work, and because of the amount of effort and money they've spent getting their law degree, they then will not settle. There's too much ego investment there that they will not settle. And so they will go into politics or a nonprofit or some kind of politically motivated thing, because you don't have to be intelligent to become a politician or to join politics or to join some kind of political crusade. And because of the population being higher female than not, you can expect, like this broad Sharon Norton, to be completely indifferent to justice as the woman judge over in Kansas. It's not about being unbiased. It's not about meting out justice. It's not about serving the people. It's their own egomaniacal, selfish, political agenda that they're in. So you're going forward, I mean, some places you can choose who your judge is. I recommend white males. Sorry! Terribly sorry. Or if you're black, go with a black male. Whatever you do, guys, don't get a female judge. Do not get a female judge. Don't! Just don't. If it's within your control. But I'm just saying, in general, going forward, now the judicial system going forward demographically, based on, what's the word they call it? The state demographer, I forget. Just try to avoid the legal system. How you do that? Well, you take away what's most valuable to women. Don't get married. Okay? Don't interact with women. Don't hire women. Yeah, sorry ladies, act like this. I mean, try to avoid women at all costs. Try to. All right? Unless you really know her to like be a cool IT chick and she's really good, yeah, make them earn their medal. Yeah, absolutely, then hire them. But if you can't, if you're at work, don't go to company parties. Right? If you have the choice between, look, here's the deal. A lot of people go, oh, that's discriminating. And it's like, if you put, yeah, damn right. If you put people with 2 resumes in front of me that are the exact same, one's a male, one's a female, I'm hiring the male. Because he's less likely to sue. Don't care. Don't care how much that insults you. And it's not discriminating. It's discriminating against historical action. It's not because the woman has boobs or a vagina. It's because I look at the modern day women today. Adria Richards, what was the other? There's unlimited examples of where they're going to rock the boat. And I'm not talking in a political sense like let's improve the company. But they have some kind of fucking secondary agenda, some kind of mission to go and prove feminism. Nope. You get a girl who's like, here's what I recommend all the ladies, okay? Because I'm not the only one thinking like this. If you want to work for some place, and I think most of the women who listen to this show understand this, they're not going to disagree with me. Your cohorts of the let's sue rah-rah feminist variety are ruining it for you. So for a way for you to get jobs and kind of telepath or clandestinely show to the potential hiring manager that you're not going to sue, that you're not one of these ideologues that couldn't care less about the job and just primarily have a political desire to advance feminism and stick it to men and cause havoc, just put like you belong to the college Republicans or volunteer at the Republican Party. Put something in there that shows you're conservative, you're traditional, and that I think that the any kind of discrimination would go away. And but oh yeah, I belong to Amnesty International. Oh God, take that off your resume. Just take it off your resume. But okay, that's all we got. Hour 22, and hopefully I made everybody happy about providing you some kind of podcast. We'll be having podcasts more regularly. It is tax season though, so don't get on my ass. I know it's been a long time, but we got all this other shit to do. Not to mention when I was over at the Liberty Mastermind, the Passport to Freedom seminar, I'm just like, oh crap, I got more shit to do. And I'll be explaining that later on, things like Bitcoin and moving overseas I'm going to incorporate it into my life strategy. But that's all we got. So hopefully you guys have a good time. Hey, remember, we got the YouTube video, and then there's Twitter. You can follow me on the Twitter. And there's the blog. A lot of people, for some reason, don't know about the blog. You can find it on captaincapitalism.blogspot.com and follow my evil, hate-filled rantings there. We'll see you later. Toodles.